Good evening and Happy New Year, everybody. Welcome to Brooklyn College Bulldogs basketball here at the West Quad Gymnasium in Brooklyn College. I am Pat Brown along with my partner Zach Butnick. We're bringing you action in CUNYAC, the second game for the Brooklyn Bulldogs, the fourth game for the Hunter College women's basketball team. They are the
defending CUNYAC champions.
There we go.
It feels good to say that because this team has been always putting on a lot of pressure on their opponents, and they always seem to fall short. But last year they had a great year and were able to take it all the way into the CUNYAC championship and win. And this year, going into this year, they were the heavy favorites. Right now, even though they only have one game under their belt in CUNYAC play, they really have been playing up to their
capabilities.
Their capabilities. Excuse me. They're 4-5 so far this season, and they just finished a two-game stint in California to end 2018, and they went 1-1 in that tournament. And they're one of their top players, Chanel Jamat, wasn't that great in the last game where she only scored 3 points, but she's one of the top scorers for these Bulldogs. So at enter 2019, she definitely has to wake up her game and outperform the rest of not only her teammates but the opponents.
That's true, and one of the stalwarts of this team is they're getting after it. They love playing hard defensive basketball. My goodness. You see, I'm still stuck in 2018, but that's okay. But Coach Lang, he likes them getting the energy up, making sure they don't leave anybody open for wide open shots, and that's one of their banes this year. They've been giving up a lot of three-point shots, and they have to really buckle down because Miss Jamont for Hunter, they say if they leave her open, she can knock them down.
Well, if you pay attention to the broadcast so far, not only this year but in years past, you know that Coach Lang doesn't like it when his team plays an incomplete game, even like the first 3 to 4 minutes of play. So if he sees that something's not going right, whether they are leading or not, he is going to call a timeout. And I guarantee you, against this Hunter College Hawks that have at least about 200 more points this season than the Bulldogs, if they get at least 8 points ahead of the Bulldogs to start this game, Coach Lang will be calling a timeout and reassessing his team. And don't be surprised if he starts to bench some of his starting five because they're just not moving the ball around very well and they're not shooting those available baskets that they really need to take advantage of.
One thing that they do well is they make the opponent turn the ball over a lot. The problem is they don't really score a lot when they make the people turn them over. So that's one of the things that they have to work on. We did not get to see them play in California, but the 2 games that I saw before, that was one of the things. They were forcing a lot of turnovers, but then not really knocking down the shots that they need to knock down to either maintain the lead or to come back from being down.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And on the flip side, they have to look out for certain players on the Hawks that are just lethal from downtown. And I'll give you a couple of names right now. They are number 10, Jade Aponte, and number 23, Janine Conway. They are just lethal. And if you leave them alone, especially in either corner, they're going to go for that shot. And I was talking to some of the Bulldogs earlier, and they know that they have to look out for them.
Well, the Hunter College basketball team comes in 3-0 in the conference. Brooklyn College is 1-0. They beat York way back in the last day of November, I believe, 11:30. And unfortunately for Hunter, they're coming in on a 3-game losing streak, so they want to enter into New Year on that winning streak, getting that flavor back in their mouth again.
Yeah, and as we're getting set to go, this is going to be a big test for these Bulldogs in their second CUNYAC matchup this season.
So we're going to take a pause here as we're going to do the national anthem, and then we'll come back with the starting lineups and 2019 Brooklyn College basketball. There you have the playing of our national anthem, and let's go to the starting lineups for tonight's basketball game. For the Hunter College Hawks, number 10, the 6-foot guard from the Bronx, New York, Cardinal Spellman High School, Ashley Arias. The 5'5" guard, senior from Baldwin, New York, number 11, Jade Aponte. At 5'4" guard, junior from Bayside, Queens, it's Theresa Luong. The 5'9" guard, senior from Miller's Place, New York, Christine Patterson. And the 5'9" guard from Amityville, St. John the Baptist High School, number 23, Janine Conway. For your Brooklyn College Bulldogs, the 5'5" sophomore from Maspeth High School in Elmhurst, New York, number 2, Michelle Pena. The guard, 5'10" senior from Midwood High School in Brooklyn, number 4, Alexandra Mugen. The 5-foot sophomore from Whitehall High School, Whitehall, Pennsylvania, 22, Taylor George. The 5'10" senior from Highland, Salt Lake City, Utah, Jasmine Hansgen. And the number 33, 5'9" forward from Leon M. Goldstein High School, Janelle Jamat.
You know, the one thing that I always look for in these basketball games, especially for the Bulldogs, is three-point range, because you're going to see both teams are going to be moving the ball around fast and a lot, and they're always trying to get their opponents off of their game, depending on whether they're playing zone or man-on-man. And if you look at the Bulldog stats this year from three-point range, they're only shooting at 279, whereas the Hawks are shooting at 375. And it is very possible that these Hawks are going to start out the first half, which they are strong, especially in the first quarter, with the commanding lead, especially from three-point range. So the Bulldogs, they have to pay close attention, especially to those two names that I just mentioned, Jane Aponte and Janine Conway, because if they are able to just open up the game, it's going to be impossible for these Bulldogs to catch up.
Well, that's the one thing that they definitely need to do is concentrate on that defensive intensity, which Coach Lang preaches. He says they really get after it in practice. They really compete against each other. So they want to come out with that energy, come out with that determination. And as you say, Hunter likes to come out fast. Well, what do you need to do? You got to slow them down and force them to use most of the time on the shot clock, make them force bad shots up, and then get the rebound and get your running game going. So getting ready to tip off. It'll be Jamat against Arias. And it's up, and it's tipped, and taken by Mugen. Mugen has it, gets it to Pena. She dribbles to the top of the key. Now comes the wing, gets it to George. George whips it to Mugen. Mugen for three, but they say offensive foul. So it's going to be a turnover right away on the first possession, and Hunter College will take the ball.
The one thing that the Bulldogs are doing right so far is moving the ball around, but you can't be caught with an offensive foul.
Arias now gives it to 13, Luong. Luong gets it to 23, Conway. Conway to Aponte. Aponte now gets the drives, puts it up, no good. Whoa! We have a foul against number 10, that is Arias, as Janelle Jamat tripped over her after she got the rebound. So one possession each, turnovers each.
Arias had found that open lane in the paint. She was trying to drive in, but got a little too aggressive.
So now it's Pena on the right wing. Gets it over to the top of the key. Over to George on the left key. Down low to Jamat. Jamat spins, puts it up, misses. Rebounded by 13. That is Luong. Luong brings it up. Passes it right inside. Oh, wide open-ish for three, no good. And rebounded, tipped up, and taken by Conway.
That's exactly what I was talking about. You leave them alone in the corner, they're going to go for it. And based on their stats alone this year, they are very dangerous. So it's a good break for the Bulldogs that the Hawks did not score on that possession.
Aponte down low to Conway, but it off a foot and out of bounds. Turnover. Brooklyn College has the ball.
So there's still no score in this game, and the Bulldogs, they're counting their blessings, because the way the Hawks are playing so far in the opening minute, they should already be up like 5-0.
Well, now the Hawks are coming out with a half-court press. Then Brooklyn College breaks it, gets it to the corner to Mugen for three. Oh, no good. Rebounded by Conway. Conway gives it to Arias. Arias back to Conway. Conway now down low to number 10, Arias. Arias cross-court. And we got a push-off And they call a foul on number 22, Taylor George, her first foul.
As you can see, the Hawks are moving the ball around very well.
And gets it into Conway. She got it under her feet. Now it's to Luong. Luong goes to top of the key. Luong looking, passes it now to Patterson. Patterson looking to pass, gets it to Conway on the left wing, and we have 3-second violation.
This is going to be another reason why this is going to be a big test for the Bulldogs is they only have 3 players on the bench for this game because it's the holiday season and either players are out home on holiday or maybe they're injured. We're not entirely certain why there's a short bench, so this is going to be an interesting challenge for Coach Lang.
Hansgen gets it down low to Jamaat. Jamaat, they call 3 seconds on Jamaat. So it's a game of turnovers right now and violations as nobody has put the ball through the basket. Arias now being guarded by Pena. Pena now she gets it over to Aponte. Aponte down low to Patterson, gets blocked. Oh, off the foot of Patterson trying to steal the ball, but a nice block there by Jamaat.
Jasmine Henson for the Bulldogs, number 25, in the right position to block that shot.
Pena now coming down the right side. Now she goes to the basket, puts it up, no good, rebounded by Arias. Arias now coming down the court, 1-on-3. And puts it up and puts it in. She split the defenders and put it up. Hunter scores the first basket. Now Taylor George has it, gets it to Jamaat, and they say a charge offensive foul. That's going to be another foul on Jamaat.
That was good work by Taylor George to bounce pass into the paint to Jamaat, but just in the wrong position.
Got to pick your head up and locate where the defender is. So now it is Luong puts it up and does not get it. Jamaat has the rebound. She brings it up court. Gets it up and knocked away, but George has it. She puts up a 3, and it's off the rim and rebounded, but gets it to Arias. Arias to Patterson, but outside the reach and out of bounds. Brooklyn College ball, 6:46 left to go. It's only a 2-0 game. And right now, Zach, not very good fundamental basketball being played. And
Coach Lang already going to his bench, substituting 2 players. Now in is Kayla Trembone, number 11, and number 15, Grace Martinez-Espina. So both Michelle Pena and number 25, Jasmine Henson, we're going to sit.
So Trembone now has it going down the left side, gets it to Mugen for 3. It's good! Mugen hits her first shot. It's 3-2 Brooklyn. So now Hunter brings it back up court. It's Long at the top of the key. Trying to find something. Now she gets it to Patterson. Patterson back to Long for 3. And she hits. Good shot there by Luong. Now over to Espina. Bang for 3.
Back and forth play. Now both teams are in a rhythm.
So now the Hawks bring it back up. Gets it over to Aponte. Aponte holding it, now dribbling on the right side. Dropped in the corner. Now gets it to Patterson. Patterson goes down the middle and blocked. Oh, they call a foul. And that is going to be on, I believe, Espina. Nope, they give it to Trembone. So that's the 4th team foul.
They felt she was a little too aggressive as number 21, Kristen Patterson, went into the paint.
Foul shot is good.
And now we're going to see Jasmine Henson come back and play. And now a new substitution for the Hawks. Number 0, Phoebe Valentine, is in play in place of number 13, Teresa Long.
Second shot is up and no good. Rebounded by Henson. Now it's to Trembone. Trembone quickly up the court. And she traveled. Oh. She saw George in the corner and just took one too many steps before she got the pass off.
The key to make sure that it doesn't fall apart for either team is to not get ahead of ourselves there's only it's all tied up. That's right. It's tied up 6 apiece, but you can easily start making mistakes. And based on the way both teams are playing, you're starting to notice a couple of mistakes for both ends.
Yes. So now it is Valentine on the right side, guarded by Trembone. She picks it up, gets it to Patterson. Patterson drives down the lane, puts it up, misses, rebounded by Mugen. Mugen now gets it to Trembone. Trembone at the top of the key, picks it up, gets it to George. George goes down, and we have a jump ball, and it's going to be possession Hunter.
See Taylor George with the pump fake over at the near sideline outside the perimeter, excuse me. I thought she should have just shot the ball, but she elected to drive in and then turned over the ball, unfortunately.
She did have the open jumper. So now it's Valentine, top of the key. Now gets it to Patterson. Patterson now to Valentine. Valentine gets it back underneath the basket and throws it off of Alexandra Mugen. So it's still going to be Hunter ball with 13 seconds left on the shot clock.
But both teams are moving the ball around very well.
Waiting for the inbound pass. Goes and gets it to Valentine. Valentine guarded by Trembone. Now, and they call a push on Trembone. That's going to be the 5th foul. And right now, Hunter is in the penalty. They're going to go to the foul line.
You got it right in the beginning. The Bulldogs have gotten in a lot of trouble early on in the season with getting into foul trouble in the very beginning of the game. And it was only 4:47 to go in the first quarter, and they already have 5 fouls against them.
First foul shot is no good by Valentine.
So now we're going to see a new substitution for the Hawks. Number 42, Adina Music, is in play. And for the Bulldogs, back in play is number 2, Michelle Pena.
Second shot is rebounded by 42. Gets it to Conway, and she knocks down the 3.
Excellent work by the Hawks to maintain possession after that missed foul shot.
Pena now top of the key, dribbles. Still keeps the dribble. Pulls it back out. Talks to Taylor George. They're calling another play. So now Pena, crossover, middle, block. Gets it to Espina for 3, no good. Long rebound to Valentine. Valentine now brings it up down the right side. Pulls it back, gets it over to Music. Music to Patterson. Patterson to number 24 for 3, no good. Alexander Mugen gets the rebound. Gets it to Pena. Oh, Hansen was there but did not see the pass coming. Turnover, another one for Brooklyn.
See, the Bulldogs like to make a quick transition play because they want to catch the defenders off guard, but they got a little too ahead of themselves. Henshin not ready for the pass in the paint.
So now it's Valentine to Lim. Lim gets it down low, puts it up. That's number 11. That's Aponte. She puts it in, and now Hunter is up by 5.
You got to look out for Jade Aponte. She's going to open this game wide open.
Mugen has the top of the key for 3. No good. Rebounded by Patterson.
See, now the Bulldogs are playing a little too aggressive. They're trying to go for those three-point baskets instead of taking their time to make the play.
Now it's back to Valentine. Valentine gets it to 24 Lim. Lim gets it around and blocked and picks it up by Music. Music gets it to Valentine. Valentine shoots and it's good, but it's a 2-pointer. And Coach Lang calls timeout.
See, I got it right. Well, partially right. The Bulldogs are down by 7, and Coach Lang calling this quick 30-second timeout because he could see that the Bulldogs are trying to play a little too fast, and the Hawks have full control in the offensive zone. Even if they make a couple of mistakes, they always have another player that's right in the right position to take charge again.
And unfortunately for Brooklyn College, they're not getting defensive rebounds. When you give a team second and third chance shots, eventually a shot's going to go in.
Yeah, when we get the official stats at the end of the half, we're going to see how many of those offensive rebounds the Hawks got, and I can assure you it's probably going to be a high number that Coach Lang is not going to like.
Yes. Second chance points is what you do not want to give up. So Pena's going to inbound the ball. And then we're good. So it's Pena, George, Hansen, Mugen, and Espina. So now it's Pena on the right side, brings it back up to the top of the key. Mugen puts the screen, gets it down low to Hanchin. Hanchin puts the shot up, no good. Rebounded by Mugen. She puts it up, but it's blocked. But taken by Espina and puts it up and in. A good steal and put back by Espina.
Espina read the play right. She saw that the Hawks did not have full control when the Bulldogs gave it up. It was able to get it again and make the quick basket.
Valentine in the paint, stripped. Music has it, puts it up, no good. Offensive rebound. Gets it to Music and puts it up and in.
Nice work by Adina Music. You know, basketball runs in her family. Her brother, I believe it's her brother, plays for the Bulldogs.
And we have a water bottle that rolled on from the Hunter bench. So they're going to call a pause to the play and going to put it on the bench. And is he going to allow the substitutions? Yes, no?
No, it looks like the official is going to be speaking with Coach Lang real quick.
And yes, he is going to let him in. So Jamat comes in for Mugen. And number 10, Arias, comes in for who? One person got to come off for music. They were all looking at each other like, which one? Which one?
Can't be 6-on-5. It has to be 5-on-5.
So here we go. Inbound, and the ball is George. George gets it to Pena. Pena calling the play. So now you got a double high on. Now Hanchin drops back down to the low post. Gets it to Espina. Espina holding double team. Gets it down to Hanchin. Hanchin at the foul line. Dribbles. Stripped at the last second by 24 Lim. 8 seconds left to go on the shot clock for Brooklyn.
They're going to try to get it to George. There she is.
George for three. No good, but rebounded by Espina. Another 30 seconds offensive rebound for Brooklyn. Jamat has it, and Pena's calling for it, and she has it. Top of the key.
They're going to look for Taylor George again to go for another three-point shot.
Gives it to Jamat. Puts it up. Hit misses, but Hanchin gets a rebound, misses, and it's going to be whose ball?
Still going to be Bulldogs'
ball.
Bulldog,
okay.
They still want to get the ball to Taylor George. Even though they're running different plays, they still want to get it to her because they know that she could be wide open from three-point range, and the Bulldogs need to get back into this game. They're down 15-8.
And another charge by Jamat. Now, she should have seen that coming. She was fully planted, no movement at all. She ran right into her. And Jamat has to come out. That's her second personal, and they're going to come.
Kelly Teitler for the Bulldogs is now going to come into play, number 35.
So 35 Teitler in and 42 Music back in for Hunter.
So Bulldogs do not have number 24 Deanna Rogers. They don't have number 21 Serafina Carter. They don't have number 13 Lauren Clark Cornett. They do have Trembone. They don't have number 3 Kaylin Richburg. So this is a short bench for the Bulldogs.
A running shot there by Apont puts it in. It's now 17-8. And Pena shoots, misses, rebound, and she's going to walk. She grabbed it, put 2 feet down, tried to dribble again, turnover.
Coach Lang not happy with the latest series of plays for the Bulldogs.
The Bulldogs need a basket right here in the worst way.
Well, they have a fresh shot clock with 1:02 to go.
Hanchin has it, gets it to Pena. Pena brings it back to the top of the key. Pena now calling, gets it to Hanchin at the foul line. Puts it up, gets it to Espina, puts it up, no good, and could have been rebounded by Teitler, but she lost the handle, out of bounds, Hunter ball. And now substitutions coming in, that is number 21 coming back in, that's Patterson. So Lim gets it to Valentine. Valentine back to Lim. Lim down low, 13, that's Long. Long gets it to Patterson, swings it over to Valentine. Valentine moving it fast, swinging it over again, gets it down low to Music, and blocked and taken away by Pena, and turnover, but nope, they just say last touch by Hunter, so good job by Pena making sure the ball did not get taken away.
Hawks in that last series was moving the ball around very well, really fast, but when they got it to Music, she got handcuffed and was being double-teamed, ended up coughing the ball up to the Bulldogs.
Pena now bringing the ball up. No shot clock. It's only 15 seconds left to go in the quarter. George. Spin in the paint, puts it up, no good. Tytler gets it, and she's fouled. I'm sorry, that's Hanchin, and she's fouled. So Hanchin's going to go to the foul line. 6 seconds left to go in the quarter. Only the first time that Brooklyn's going to the foul line.
So the downside for this first quarter for the Bulldogs is that the Hawks are always dominant in the first quarter. However, in the second quarter, that's when the Bulldogs have been known to open it up.
Hanchin hits the first shot. With 6 seconds left, they do not want to give up a shot to end the quarter.
And right now they're down by 8. It's 3-possession play.
And it's going to stay Brooklyn College ball with 4.6 seconds. The foul shot was missed, but the rebound by Hunter went out of bounds. And quickly, Mugen comes in, and Espina goes out.
Yeah, Tytler could not hold on to it. She is the tallest player on the court right now, I believe. She's 6'3" freshman from New York City, went to Ontario Central High School. I'm sorry if I'm reading that incorrectly. Ontario.
Yeah, we got this close.
So
Hunter called a timeout right there because he did not get possession. So it's 4.6 seconds left to go in the quarter. It is now 17-9.
It's a smart timeout call by the Hawks because even though it's just one possession left in this first quarter, you don't want the Bulldogs to get any kind of momentum, and they're going to be inbounding the ball in the offensive zone.
So true. So timeout's over. You got Tytler, Hanchin, George, Mugen, and Pena on the floor for Brooklyn. Patterson, Music, Lim, Luong, and Aponte on the floor for Hunter. Inbounded to Hanchin, puts it up, misses, and rebounded by Hunter, and that's the end of the quarter. So first quarter's over, and they find themselves down right now.
17-9, yeah, but as I said, the second quarter, this is going to be the opportunity for the Bulldogs to shine, and so far, the way they're playing, they're not playing terrible basketball, but they're not playing smart basketball. You can see that they're getting handcuffed at times, trying to overplay certain plays. They've gotten lucky at times that the Hawks haven't been able to finish certain plays,
yes.
But at the same time, and as you mentioned earlier, the Hawks are getting the offensive zone rebounds, which is going to hurt the Bulldogs. Scoring-wise, it's pretty much even. We're keeping an eye out on number 11. What is her name? Sorry, Jade Aponte. She's the only one that is just blowing everybody out. She's leading everybody on the court with 9 points. And as I said at the top of the hour, you have to look out for a player like her because when she gets the opportunity, you know she's going to be sinking in those baskets, and that will certainly help the Hawks and hurt the Bulldogs.
What will help Brooklyn College, too, is make her work on the defensive end of the court. You know what I'm saying? Find out who she's guarding, get them the ball, make her move around, get her tired, get her off her game, and then defensively smother her and get the ball out of her hands and make somebody else beat you.
Now, with the second quarter starting, both teams are going to start with 0 fouls again. However, as we already know, Chanel Jamat has 2 fouls against her, and 3 more she'll be out of the game.
That's true. And that's been kind of the way it's been going early in this season for the Bulldogs.
And she's going to start the second quarter on the bench.
That's a good deal right there. So Mugen's going to get it inbound to Pena as we start the second quarter. George now has it on the left side. George now gets it to Pena. Pena top of the key. Now dribbles, penetrates, gets it to Mugen. Mugen gets it back to Pena. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Pena drives, inside foul. We got a foul on number 13. That is Teresa Luong. That's the first foul for Hunter. So now who's going to inbound it for Brooklyn is going to be Espina. So now, oh, very bad pass inbound by Espina, almost stolen. But it's going to maintain Brooklyn ball. So now Taylor George is going to inbound it. Gets it to Pena. Pena now top of the key. And it was knocked away by number 13. But
no backcourt violation.
Espina has it. Oh, bad pass. Stolen away by Aponte. Gets it to the corner. Back to Aponte on the left. Back to the top of the key to 13, Luong. Luong passes it now to 21, Patterson. Check that, that's 23, Conway. Now to Patterson, top of the key. Spinning around, makes a move. And almost stolen by Mugen, and she's going to call a foul because Mugen actually fell down, reached out and grabbed the leg of Hunter, so one foul apiece.
No, they called it a jump ball.
They did?
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's still going to be Hunter ball, but they have 4 seconds on the shot clock, so they're going to have to make a quick play.
And finally gets it in, puts it blocked. Hanchin blocked it. Espina gets it to Pena. Pena now on the left side. Gets it down low. 3 seconds. Oh, Hanchin, she had to get rid of the ball, but she took too long to find somebody open. Another turnover.
Defensively, she made a really strong play to block the shot, but offensively, she was just under the basket and feeling the pressure, did not have enough time to get out of the paint.
So it's Luong now gets it to Arias. Arias to Conway. Conway to Luong. Luong driving, pulls up, puts a 3 up. Bang! Oh, right in the face of Pena. So now Pena now comes back. Gets it to Hanchin. Hanchin at the foul line, drives, gets it over to Espina, puts up the 3, no good. And taken away by Hunter. They're on the run and gets it up to Conway. Conway puts it up and no good. Rebounded by Valentine. Check that out. It was Arias that rebounded and threw it away. So Brooklyn College gets away with one right there as they had a 3-on-1, Hunter did, and did not able to put the ball in the basket.
Bulldogs are going to make a couple substitutions. Kelly Tytler is back in play along with number 11, Kayla Trembone. So it looks like Henshin and I can't tell if it was Espina or – no, Espina's still in play, so it's going to be Michelle Pena who's going to sit.
So Mugen now has it up top of the key. Go over to Espina. Espina now gets it to Tietler. Tietler gets it to George. Sets a screen. George at the 3-point, puts it up. Bang! Zoom! It's a 3. And now they cut the lead to 8. 7:25 left to go in the first half. Now into the corner to Aponte. Aponte looking, trying to find somebody. Now she drives. Gets it into the paint, puts it up, no good. Tietler with the rebound, gets it to Mugen. Mugen now brings it down. On the right side, pulls it up. Gets it to Trembone for 3. No good, air ball.
She had all the time in the world and just couldn't get enough of that shot off as it goes out of bounds.
And Coach Lang is furious at the defensive positioning. So now it is Long, brings it over to the left side. Gets it to the top of the key to Conway. Conway to Aponte. Aponte now holding it, gets a pick. Now comes around, goes right past Tietler, but misses. Blocked by Tietler, and Espina has it. Gets it up to George. Oh, got stripped and then fouls after she lost the ball.
See, Espina had good intention on trying to get the ball up to George in hopes that they could catch the Hawks off guard, but she was already being double-teamed at that point and just got a little too aggressive, got handcuffed on the play, and now it's going to be Hawks ball.
Luong has it on the left side. Gets a pick. Now still pulls it back. Waiting, still going. Now gets it down low and off the hands of number 10, Arias. And it's a turnover.
It's a lucky break for the Bulldogs because the way the Hawks have been playing, the score right now is only 20-12 Hawks. They should be having more. They should have probably like 30 points at this point.
Hanchin has checked back in. So it's Espina, Trembone, Hanchin, Tatler, and Mugen. Now Trembone has it. She puts up a three and does not get the roll, but Tatler gets the rebound. Got the rebound again. Oh, no foul was called as she tried to put it back up. Now Luong has it. Gets it. Oh, wide open, but she's not able to get the shot off. Gets it down low to Luong. She's double teamed. Now the shot by Patterson misses, but she gets her own rebound, pulls it back out, gets it to Luong.
Good pressure by the Bulldogs, but they got to keep their hands up in order to block more shots.
And it's a travel by number 10, Arias, and another turnover.
Again, another lucky break for the Bulldogs because the Hawks are dominating this second quarter with their play.
Dominating but not scoring, and that's the key right there. So it's still an 8-point deficit for Brooklyn, 5:30 left to go in the half. Now it's Pena over on the left side. Gets it to Tatler. Tatler now gets it to Espina on the right side. Now she's posting up. Now Espina has a pick.
She was getting help from the left and ended up going to the right.
Now substitutions for Hunter, number 42, Music, and number 24, Lim, come in. And Patterson and Conway sit down. So now inbounded to Lim. Lim gets it to Luong. Luong guarded by Trembone. I'm sorry, that's Pena Gardner. 20 seconds on the shot clock. Now gets it over to Lim. Lim to Music. Music puts it up. Rebounded by Hanchin. I don't know what shot that was going to be, but Hanchin now brings it. Now she's going into the paint, pulls it up, gets it to Pena. Gets it over to Mugen on the right wing, left wing, I should say. She drives, puts it up, no good. Rebounded by 10, Arias. And taken away by Espina, and a foul on Arias. That's the second foul for Hunter, as now offensively, Brooklyn College getting after rebounds now.
Well, right now it's really only Espina, who's been putting on the pressure against the Hawks in the offensive zone. But the rest of her team, they need to come help her out because they need to get control of the game and they need to make those baskets.
So Pena has it. I see Jamont getting ready to check back in. She's at the scorer's table as Pena's at the top of the key. Swings it over to Mugen on the right wing. And still now she's dribbles, pulls it up, gets it to Hanchin. Hanchin back to Mugen. Mugen wide open for three. No good. Rebounded by Hanchin. She's blocked from behind. And now she almost got it back. But now it is Long now pulling down. Gets it over to Luong. Luong at the top of the key.
See, they have their eye on Aponte, even though she has 9 points.
We got a blocking foul by Tatler. She threw her hip out.
So as I was saying, they keep their eye on Aponte. They're staying close to her. She hasn't had a single register. Well, I don't know if she's had a shot, but she hasn't made any baskets in the second quarter. So they're doing something right with guarding her in the second quarter, but the Bulldogs need to be paying close attention to everybody.
True. So now the inbound still waiting, gets it into Lim. Lim down to Valentine, puts it up, and they call a foul on, I believe that's number 4, Mugen. And that's who it is. So now 2 quick fouls by Brooklyn College. They have 3 fouls to 2 fouls by Hunter. And it was a shooting foul, so she's going to the line shooting 2. And that's Valentine.
And with 3:57 to go in this first half, the Bulldogs, they're like grasping straws at this point, even though there's still plenty of time left.
That's the first point for Hunter in the last 3 minutes.
So Taylor George is now back in play for the Bulldogs, along with Kayla Trembone.
Valentine shoots it up and gets the roll, so he hits both foul shots. It's a 10-point lead. Now Trembone brings it down the right side. Jamont's back in as well. Hanchin now dribbles. Gets it down low to Jamont. Puts it up, no good. Gets on reap. Oh, she ran into her own person. No, what a heads-up play by Jamont, getting the ball and throwing it off a Hunter player. But, man, her and Henson bashed into each other going after the rebound. So Mugen to inbound. Gets it to Trombone, puts it up, no good, but rebounded by Jamot. It's up and in.
Jamot in the right position. She's playing really smart since she got back onto the court.
Valentine gets it over to Apont. Apont back to Valentine. Top of the key now. Conway's back in. Apont now has it on the right wing. Holds it above her head. Puts it now to Patterson. Patterson now driving. Gets it back to Apont. Apont now over to Conway. Conway to Valentine. Valentine holding. 8 seconds on the shot clock. She drives. Gets it to Patterson. Patterson to Apont. Apont now. 3 seconds. 2. She lost the handle. And at the buzzer, 24 Lim puts it up.
Nice work by the Hawks. They haven't lost their composure yet.
Mugen has it. Gets it over to Jamot. Jamot now down low to Hanchin. Hanchin up. And we got a foul on Lim. So now both teams are close to being over the limit. So it's going to be a shooting foul for Hanchin.
Bulldogs are down by 10, so Hanchin going to line up for 2 shots. She has to take advantage of this opportunity for the Bulldogs if they want to keep it close at the end of the half.
She hits the first foul shot. Now, at that first foul shot, Coach Lang called Alexandra Mugen over to the bench and had some words for her, so I think she's going to relay that to the rest of the team. Second foul shot up and good. So she's 2 for 2. 2:49 left to go. Back down to an 8-point lead. Valentine now gets it over to Apont. Apont fakes the 3. Swings it over to Valentine. Valentine now swings it to Patterson. Puts it up. No good. And they called. Oh, it's a third foul on Jamot.
Bulldogs are going to be playing a little too aggressive defensively because they can see how fast the Hawks are moving the ball around. And while trying to make sure that their top players, Janine Conway and Jade Aponte, aren't open, this is what the Bulldogs have been doing. And they need to change it for the second half. Otherwise, they're going to get into foul trouble very quickly, and they could very well lose this game.
Patterson hits the first shot. And she gets the second shot. Back up to a 10-point lead, 2.5 left to go in the quarter. Now Trombone brings it up on the right side.
Bulldogs are now going to be playing fast, offensive zone.
Hanchin, nope. Gets it over to Jamot. Jamot spins. Spin move, puts it up. No good. Rebounded by Hanchin and fouled by Valentine.
Nice work by Jasmine Henshin to get into the paint for the rebound and try to get a shot off.
And this is Brooklyn being more aggressive, going after the offensive rebounds, and now it's paying off. Is now they both teams have 4 fouls, 1 foul away from the bonus. Hanchin hits the first one. She's hit 3 in a row so far. Now Tietler and Espina coming back in. Music comes in for Hunter, for Lim. She hits both foul shots again, 4 for 4 from the free throw line. Now it's...
And that's all the points she has so far in this game.
So now it is Valentine, gets it over to Aponte. Aponte gets it down low to Conway, and Music knocks it out of bounds. A nice coming off the screen, but she had nothing on the shot as she let it go. Trombone has it. Now she's going to bring it up. 2 minutes left to go in the half. Coach Lang calls the play. Gets it now to Hanchin. Hanchin down low to Tietler. Tietler puts it up, and good! The freshman with the turnaround jumper.
It's now a 2-possession play for the against the Bulldogs now. No, they're down by 6, excuse me. So they need to catch up quickly with a bit of 40 to go, and they're getting the momentum back.
Conway, and...
Not a backcourt violation.
Nope. But Valentine's scrambling. Now she finally resettles. Only 9 seconds on the shot clock. She's calling for Music for a pick. She gets it, drives down, goes into the double team, but... And we got a foul on Hunter. Good job defensively. Made a rattle, called for the screen, ran into a double team, and Brooklyn College has it. And now Brooklyn College is in the bonus.
Bulldogs are now starting to take away any offensive opportunities from the Hawks. They've kept Jane Aponte quiet in the second quarter.
She missed the first foul shot.
Bulldogs still down by 6, but in the last couple of minutes of play, they've gotten their game back.
Pena comes back in for Trombone. Second foul shot's good. Down to a 5-point game. 1:20 left to go. Valentine has it. Now she dribbles and gets it to Patterson. Patterson now gets it to Conway. Conway guarded by Mugen. Down low. Triple teamed. Oh! Tietler came for the triple team and bumped her and knocked her down. So now Hunter is in the bonus. Oh, it was a good defensive play to smother her, but you got to not touch her.
And that's the issue with the Bulldogs. They know that Jane Aponte is lethal, but you want to try to keep her outside the perimeter, but you also want to keep a close eye on her because even though we know she's lethal three-point range, it's once she has possession, she can make magic.
First foul shot was missed. Second foul shot is up and good.
So that's her first point of the second quarter.
Yes, it is. So 1 minute left to go in the first half. And now it's Pena. Gets it to Spina. Spina to Mugen. Mugen pulls it back out. Gets it over to Pena again. It's 15 on the shot clock. Down low to Hanchin. Hanchin at the foul line, trying to get it to Mugen. Gets it to Mugen. She drives. Stop. Oh, it's a foul, blocking foul. They call it on number 21, Patterson, and Mugen will go to the line for 2.
So you had like 3 players outside the paint and then 2 Bulldogs outside the perimeter over at the far sideline. The Hawks were in great position even though they were whistled for the foul.
So Alexander Mugen to shoot 2. And, does not get the first roll for the first foul shot.
It's the unfriendly roll, as I like to call it.
Yeah, she didn't get home cooking on that one. So now for the second foul shot. 44.3 left to go in the half. She hits the second foul shot. 30 on the shot clock. So 14-second difference from shot clock to game clock. Now it is 13 long. Oh, Espina went for the steal. LePont gets it in, but grabbed by Brooklyn. And we got a foul on Hunter by number 42, Music. And Music complaining, but there's nothing to complain about. You were on the floor. They tripped over you. That's a foul on you, unfortunately. But, hey, that's the way it goes.
That is the rules of basketball. But just looking at that last play with Jane Aponte coming in from the right wing, she has the moves for her team to do well. And Bulldogs have kept her quiet. She's starting to wake up, but with 31.1 seconds to go in this first half, can it be enough to keep the Hawks well up against the Bulldogs?
Well, Hanchin hits the first foul shot. They have now cut the 10-point lead down to 4. It's now a 3-point lead. 31 seconds left to go. 1.1 second difference between shot clock to game clock. Now it's Lim has it. Gets it over to Luong. Luong holding. 20 seconds left to go. And we have 3-second violation. So Brooklyn will get the last shot of the half. Could possibly tie or be down by 1 if they hit it.
Like I said, the second quarter is always kind to the Bulldogs.
So now it is Pena now has it. 13 seconds. 10 seconds to Mugen. Gets it over to the corner to Pena. Back to Mugen. Mugen drop. And we have a whistle. And we have a travel. Oh, they say Mugen shuffled the feet. I didn't see that.
Nonetheless, it's in the books. This is a disadvantage for the Bulldogs because Taylor George is sitting on the bench.
2 seconds. Puts up the 3. No good. She tried to bank it. but that's the end of the half, and Brooklyn College has done a good job getting back in this game. It's now 27-23.
They found a way to shut down the top scorers for the Hawks and keep up the play with the team. And Bulldogs, they stopped making those costly mistakes that they were making in the beginning of the game and were able to pull close, only down by 3 to end this first half.
And what a quarter it was. Like you said, Brooklyn College does a great job in the second quarter, I should say. But what really stood out to me is they got after it on the offensive boards. Hansen was down low. Tietler came in, did a good job. So they concentrated on getting second shots for themselves, and that's how they slowly got themselves back in the game, got Hunter into foul trouble, got on the foul line. They hit 6 of 8 going down the stretch, and that's how you whittle down a lead, take time off the clock, you put points on the board, and they've done an excellent job defensively against the 2 sharpshooters for Hunter.
Yeah, for the Bulldogs offensively, they were definitely moving the ball around very well and fast. They still weren't finishing a lot of the plays, but they're getting the shots off, which is important, and especially driving into the paint, like you said, and getting those second and third chances. So excellent job by the Bulldogs to recover in the second quarter. And defensively, they were doing a great job in shutting down Conway and Aponte. Aponte only held to 1 point, and Conway, we'll get the official stats shortly, I don't think she had any points in the second quarter.
I don't think so. I think she had a couple of shots. I knew the one she came off the screen and she didn't get anything on it, but I don't remember her shooting too much after that. But what I did like is, even though Brooklyn College has a short bench tonight, what they're doing is he's getting a good rhythm from whoever he's substituting in. So whether it's Trembone, whether it's Espinel, it doesn't matter because they're not being deficient. They're being proficient and being productive when they're on the court.
But you also have to wonder, is fatigue ever going to sit in for these Bulldogs? Because Alexandra Mugen's been playing all 20 minutes so far, but she's been doing a great job on the court, moving the ball around, getting in the right positions. In the very beginning of the game, she took an ill-advised three-point shot from the near corner. She had plenty of time, but again, it's just the beginning of the game. Team just got back from California a couple of days ago after that big tournament, so they're just trying to get back into the work. So that might be why they had a rough first quarter, but the second quarter they certainly caught up. At the same time, though, we know the Hawks are a really strong team, and we know that the second half overall, the Hawks are a much stronger team.
True. And here we go with the stats. Thank you very much. So right away, we're looking at turnovers for Hunter, 13 for Brooklyn College. So they're pretty even on that end. But 9 for 25 from the field for Hunter and 6 for 32 for Brooklyn College. And that's what has to change. That field goal percentage for Brooklyn College has to change so they can get the lead and then maintain the lead.
So our official stats are showing that Jane Aponte doesn't have 10 points like I originally thought. She has 7, which means Jasmine Henchen for the Bulldogs is leading everybody on the court with 8 points, which is pretty good for the Bulldogs, even though they're only down by 3. Right. And they still need to get production from all players on the court. And we've seen many times, even though we know that they're driving into the paint, they would love to get Taylor George open in one of the corners so she could go for a three-point range, because we know that both her and Mugen, once they get a rhythm going, they can't stop. And I've seen a couple of times last season when I followed the Bulldogs very closely, especially when they played up in Buff State in that tournament to start the season. In the second half, Mugen just went all out against everybody and just, I think she racked up maybe like 15, 20, not 20 points, but she definitely racked up maybe 10, 15 points in that second half. And we could very well see that take place in this game, especially when the Bulldogs are starting to gain momentum going into this intermission, into this halftime, excuse me.
It's all right, but here's what I like at the end of that second quarter. Everybody on Brooklyn College that was on the court was exuding energy. They weren't slacking off. They weren't disengaged. They were all in. They were buying into whatever offensive play they were running, whatever defensive person they had to guard, they will write it. So right now, with the momentum going into halftime, sometimes you hate halftime because you got juices flowing, you're really rolling, but you have to take the time out. But coming back, what I like to see is Mugen get some shots, George get some shots, Hanson getting some shots, even though she has the most foul shots taken. She's 8 out of 10. That's where she gets most of her points because she's been hitting the boards. But I like to see her get that foul shot. She's lethal from that 12, 15-point range. So I want to see them get their playmakers more involved in the second half, and hopefully defensively keep those two sharpshooters at bay.
I absolutely agree with you. Now, one thing that we wanted to take a look at, we wanted to see at the end of the first quarter, but we didn't get the stats until now, is the rebounds, because we know that Hunter College dominated, and we know that they had a lot of players in the paint to get those offensive rebounds. But at the end of the half, believe it or not, it is 23-20 Bulldogs for rebounds, 14-8 Bulldogs in offensive zone rebounds. So that is a completely different change than what we expected. But this also includes second half, and we know that the Bulldogs changed the style of play for the rest of the first half.
That is true. And also, Hunter only being held to 27 points in the first half, I think that's a bonus for Brooklyn College.
Yeah, because we saw how well they were playing in the first quarter, and they were taking a lot of shots. They are shooting total field goal. They're shooting 9 for 25, 3 for 6, 3-point range. Bulldogs 6 for 32. All right, that's not really what I expected. But all in all, Hawks dominated first quarter. Bulldogs got the second quarter.
So it's kind of a toss-up. Hey, you get one quarter, I get one quarter. What I'd like to see is consistency. That's what Coach Lang has been preaching all from the time they did the scrimmage all the way through tonight's game. He wants consistency. He wants you to be mentally tough, mentally aware, alert, and bring everything you have when you get on that court, because guess what? You know you have a short bench. You know you can't rely on those other people that are not here to take up the slack. So you have to – it's next woman up. You got to come and do your job, play your game, and give everything you can to get this win.
These are the two things that I'm going to be looking for in the second half, and I know it's going to happen for both teams. One, Jane Aponte is going to be lethal on the court. Every time she gets the ball, you know she's going to be playing aggressive, you know she's going to be moving the ball around fast, and you know she's going to be taking a lot of shots. On the flip side, for the Bulldogs, we're going to see Mugen take a lot of shots, and Taylor George take a lot of shots as well, and we're going to see a lot of plays in the paint. If both teams are able to stay out of foul trouble, we could still see this becoming an aggressive game for both teams. And at this point, it could be anybody's game. But what needs to be done is in the first 3 minutes of the second half, somebody, I don't know who, doesn't matter what, obviously we would like to be right, Brooklyn, but whoever sets the tone in the first 3 minutes, it takes charge and dominates everybody on the court, will absolutely win the game regardless of what happens throughout the rest of the second half.
And one person that we haven't talked about a lot because she's in foul trouble with 3 fouls is Chanel Jamat. When she gets in, she has to be aware of where she is on the court, because I think her down-low presence alone can take over this game along with Mugen and George.
Now, because of a short bench, what I fully expect Coach Lang to do for the Bulldogs is to start Chanel Jamat on the court to start the second half, and then as soon as she gets into foul trouble, which as soon as she commits the fourth foul, then she's going to sit on the bench and probably miss the remainder of the third quarter if she gets fouled in the third quarter. And then the fourth quarter will still be on the bench up until maybe like 6 minutes to go in the second half, especially if it's a very tight game.
Right.
Because you always need somebody in the paint. And she's definitely one of those top players that we know for the Bulldogs can play in the paint. But at the same time, short bench, who else could go in? Henjin certainly has been driving into the paint. And who else for the Bulldogs? Kelly Tyler. Not Tyler. Kayla Trebone. She's been driving into the paint as well. So we're definitely going to see some support for the Bulldogs. But at the same time, as we keep saying, a short bench, there's only so much they could do before they get into a lot of foul trouble.
I don't want to say I'm a premonitionist, but I think that freshman Kelly Tyler, she's going to come and play some big minutes in this second half. Since Jamat's in that foul trouble, she's the only other big woman on the court. So I think she's going to play a big role, either offensively rebounding or defensively getting her hands up and making some plays, blocking shots.
For the last 6-7 seasons of following the Lady Bulldogs, they've always had a long bench. They always have their same starting 5. They have the great bench players, and they always have reserves coming in. This is a new challenge for the Bulldogs and for Coach Lang. And it really wouldn't surprise me at all, no matter how the play is going. Even if the Bulldogs are doing very well, it would not surprise me if he starts calling a bunch of timeouts. Yes, it does hurt the momentum for the Bulldogs if they have it, but when you have a short bench and these players are just putting in their all, especially Mugen, who's been playing all 20 minutes so far, she's going to need some rest.
Yes.
And we've seen in this first half, only maybe, 2 timeouts called, one for each team?
One for each team.
And then they had
Well, actually, no. Hunter took a timeout late when it was
That's right, yeah. So 3 timeouts in total, not including the timeout between the first and the second quarter. So this is going to be an interesting challenge for the Bulldogs going into the second half.
So both teams are getting ready to come back on the court to get warmed up, and we'll be bringing the action back to you. We're live from the West Quad Gymnasium at Brooklyn College, where the Brooklyn College Bulldogs are down by 3 points to the Hunter College Hawks. But you know, I gotta get something. But I'm also like I'm fidgety, so I'm always like moving around. I can't stay still. I'm not like a soldier. Yeah, I really think, man, if Jamont can stay on the foul trouble and get established down low, that will open up the court for Morgan and George to take those jumpers. Because then when I lack this, he's mobile. Problem is, I think they're going to come out and be a little more aggressive, taking early shots in the shot clock instead of letting them wind down. They always put on a 4-point press. I remember when I knew Fred Milano and Nathan Campbell, they always put on the 4-point press. Even Karen Backer didn't play. Always put on the 4-point press, especially in the second half. And when they first changed the rules to make the 4 quarters instead of 2 halves, I was against it. Why did they do that? What was the big deal as to why they did it 4 quarters? They wanted to test. They wanted to experiment. They wanted to do it as well. I don't know why they kept it as is. I guess they got enough private to use it as is. Okay.
Oh, sorry, buddy. I forgot to say hi.
Julia, how you doing?
Too. Happy New Year. Viviana.
Oh, God.
Yeah. You guys came in early?
I got it early, yes.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can, because that's what I was... I mean, live is yes, but it's not showing you. Oh, okay. I think it's messed up, that's the thing. Oh! I'm over here. I'm like, really? Yeah, that's way better.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, for the second half of the Brooklyn Bulldogs versus the Hunter Hawks. 27-23 is the score. 24, I should say. As on the court for the Hunter Hawks is number 10, Arias, number 11, Aponte, number 13, Long, number 21, Patterson, and number 23, Conway. For Brooklyn College, who has the ball first, is Mugen, Pena, George, Hanchin, and Jamat. And it's Pena on the right side. Now cross court and threw it away as she was throwing it to George, but George had moved, and it's a turnover on the first possession. Not how you want to come out to start the half.
But that was the start that I was talking about. They want to get it to George in the corner.
So now it's a punt on the right side, guarded by George. She drives, pulls back, gets it to Patterson. Patterson shoots. And no good. Rebounded by Hanchin. Gets it to Jamat. Jamat now running the court. And goes right down the middle. Puts it up and gets fouled. But the ball did not go in. But she made it all the way coast to coast and got fouled.
She was not being challenged at all. That's not something that the Hawks want to do. They don't want to let any Bulldogs to drive into the paint like that.
Jamat to shoot her first free throw. And gets it. Front rim and in.
Bulldogs have only had the lead once in this game, very early on in the first quarter when they were up 6-5.
She misses a second shot. So now it's Long has it. She's bringing it up down the middle of the court. Now goes to the left. At the wing now. Guarded by Pena. Pulls it back out. Gets it over to Conway. Conway brought it by Mugen. She drives to the left, spins. Tries to get it down low to Patterson, but she's blocked. Back to Luong, top of the key. 10 seconds on the shot clock. She pulls it back out. Now she drives to the right. Swings it over to Patterson, and she hits the shot, top of the foul line. Now Pena comes back up. Now gets it to, high to Jamat, but she has it. Jamat holding. Pause, drives, puts it up, no good. And rebounded by who? Nobody, but goes off of a Hunter player, and it's going to stay Brooklyn College ball.
It's a good start for the Bulldogs thus far in the second half. They're starting to pick up the momentum that they had at the end of the first half.
Pena now, top of the key. Pulls it over to the left side. Now swings to George. To Mugen, wide open for three. Bang! It's a three-pointer by Mugen, and Brooklyn College down by 1.
Bulldogs are now up by 1. No, you're right. Sorry, down by 1.
Luong trying to drive on Pena. Goes down. Cut off. Now she puts a shot up. No good. Rebounded by Hanchin. Hanchin now pulls it down. Now she's going down the right side of the court. Still going, pulls it up, gets it to Pena. Pena to Jamat. Jamat for three. No good. Rebounded by Conway. Conway now bringing it up. Got to stop the ball, which they do. Pena now on Luong. Luong back to Conway. Conway now to Patterson. Patterson to Aponte. Aponte back to Luong, top of the key. Drives down. Gets it over to 10. Puts a shot up, and good. That's Arias with her first basket. 31-28 now. Hunter's up. Get down low to Jamat. Down low, and she gets it. That's the low post play I was talking about. And now it's back to a 1-point game. Luong now brings it back. On the right side, gets it over to Patterson. Patterson now at the top of the key. Still driving. Pass it over to Aponte. Aponte faked the three. Driving, puts it over. Patterson now puts it up at the foul line. No good. Rebounded by Patterson. Gets it to Aponte now for three. No good. Rebounded by who? By Hunter. And we got a foul. Please do not be on Jamat.
No, but that was a great series for the Hawks. They're just doing a great job moving the ball around. They're taking the shots. They can't seem to finish the play. So Bulldogs are getting a lucky break, but Hawks are still dominating in this past series.
That foul was on number 2, Pena, and she's substituted out for Trombone. So inbounding is Hunter. Aponte.
They have a fresh shot clock.
Gets it to Patterson. Blocked. Oh, they call a foul on Mugen, and that's going to be 2 foul shots for number 23, Conway.
It's getting difficult now for the Bulldogs to try to get the lead back because the Hawks are always responding, and these last 2 series, it's just all been Hawks.
Patterson to shoot 2. She makes the first one.
Still going to be a 1-possession play after she goes for her second shot, and now Alex Mugen is going to be sitting for the first time in this game.
And Spina comes in. Second foul shot's ready. It's up. And no good. Rebounded by Jamat. Jamat now has it. Gets it down over Hanchin, but save right to Hunter, though. Too strong on the pass. And now it's going to Aponte. Aponte has it on the right wing. She pulls it back out. Gets the screen. Oh, we got an offensive foul. Trying to set the screen. Turnover.
Trying to draw the foul against Taylor George. You cannot fool her. I've said it when I started broadcasting at the beginning of last year and following Taylor George. I said, you're 5 foot, but you play like you're 6 foot.
Lim comes in for Patterson. Now it's Hanchin top the key, gets it over to Trombone. Trombone looking for Jamat down low, but gets it to George. Thought she was going to take the 3. She pulls it back, gets it to Hanchin, turns, and she locked it out of bounds. I thought she got hit on the arm, and that's why the ball got loose. But they don't see it that way, and Hunter's going to have possession.
Bulldogs.
Oh, wait, they changed it. They're changing it to Brooklyn College ball. So I guess the other official said, nope, it's off of her, and Brooklyn College will keep it.
Head coach John Garrett of the Hawks not happy with the reverse call.
Well, it's good for the officials to help each other out. If one sees it one way and the other one has a better vantage point, they're supposed to step in and say, hey, here's the right call.
Officials for tonight, Scott Perkins, Lauren Dudziak, and Neil Dackey.
So Espina has it now, spins, gets it to the top of the key to George. George over to Trombone for 3, no good. Oh, man, Tremont pushed in the back. That's her 4th foul.
Coach Lang not happy with that. For the time being, he's going to keep Jamad in the game.
Such a bad foul.
Well, no, he is going to be going for a substitution shortly.
So now it's Lim has it on the left wing. Gets it over to Patterson. Check that, that's Conway. Conway to Long. Long drives on Trombone, puts it up. No good, and rebounded by Hanchin. And now she's going to pull it down and dribble. Now she's coming right down the court. Gets it to Jamat. Jamat to George, open for 3. No good, rebounded by Hanchin. Pulls it back out.
It's being triple teamed now.
And what do we have?
A scramble in the corner. That's what we saw.
I couldn't see it. Brooklyn College called timeout. I was blocked by the fans in the corner. I couldn't see if they called timeout or what was going on.
Yeah, Hanchin was definitely struggling with the ball when she got the rebound because she was being double-teamed and then triple-teamed, and the ball almost went out of bounds off of her hand, which would have been a really bad turnover for the Bulldogs, given that they're only down by 2 and they're doing all they can to take the lead. So smart smart call to call a timeout for the Bulldogs.
Yes.
But the Hawks, the first minute or so was definitely Bulldogs, and now the Hawks are trying to take over again. We see the seesaw play going back and forth. We haven't seen much scoring in the last minute or so because both defense have been shutting down the offense for both teams. So it's been a major struggle, but we know that the Hawks still have a bit of an advantage, not because they're up by 2, but because they have possession now. And they're going to.
Brooklyn has
possession. Brooklyn has possession. I'm getting confused right now. But
right.
The Hawks still have the momentum at this point.
So inbound now to Hanchin, now has it. Foul line, puts it up, and no good, but, that's Tietla over the back. Oh, no, they say stay here.
Calling the foul against the Hawks.
On number 24, Lim. That's her second. The team third. So 2 fouls away for both teams to get into the bonus.
But that's a couple of plays just now where the Bulldogs just couldn't finish it, and they should have been able to take the lead.
Turnover.
And Hawks they were able to get lucky breaks because of the Hawks.
Lim blocked by Tietler, but that's a foul, so Lim's going to go to the line for 2.
Both teams are now playing very aggressive at this point.
Yeah, that was a bad inbound pass there and got taken away by Hunter, and that's how they got possession. So Lim got fouled by Tietler. She's going to shoot 2. She misses the first one.
And now Mugen is going to come back into play.
5 minutes, 4 seconds left to go in the third quarter.
So Kelly Tietler, I don't know if we're pronouncing her name right. We
think it's
apologize
Tietler.
for the fans
listening,
watching at home. We do apologize
Right.
if we're mispronouncing some of these names.
Lim misses the second shot and picked up by Brooklyn. And it's Trembone now racing. Gets it to Hanchin. Nice move. Oh, what did they call? Did they call a foul? Yes, they did. It was a foul on Hunter as Hanchin put the stop and then the stutter and put it back up. Did not get the shot, but she's going to the line.
But that was a nice pass by Kayla Trembone. Just like push it forward into the paint to Henshin. Unfortunately, got the unfriendly roll, but she is going to line up for 2 shots and could very well tie this game now.
Oh, roll just out.
Another unfriendly roll.
Yep. So number 13, Loon comes out, and number 0, Phoebe Valentine comes in for Hunter. Hanson to hit the second, or to shoot the second foul shot. And she hits. 1 point game. Now Valentine has it. She's bringing it up down the middle of the court. Guarded by Trumbo. Gets it over to Lim. Lim looking for Conway, but she stopped. Now Lim trying to get it. Now she gets it to 10 Arias. Arias now to Valentine. Valentine drives. Oh, nice pass. Good job by 10 Arias breaking away and getting the basket. So now Trembone gets it to George. George to Trembone. Trembone drives. Oh, she fell down. She slipped and fell down, and it's a turnover. Unfortunate for her. Gets it down to Lim. Lim over to Arias. Arias to Valentine. Valentine, foul shot, and it's good. Now Valentine getting hot. It's up to a 5-point lead. Trembone has it on the right side. Picked by Hansen. Up and misses, but rebounded by Arias. He got the good shot, but did not get the roll. Now it's to Arias again. Driving, picked. Good job by Espina, who's in. Oh, man. Trembone, bad pass. This is being over-aggressive and too much hyped up. Take your time. It's a fast break, yes, but be under control.
But that's what we've been seeing, because as both teams, we're seeing it that they're trying to finish the play, and they end up just losing the ball or losing their stepping.
So now Arias has it on the left wing. And gets it to a punt, top of the key. Now to Valentine. Down to Lim. Now she drives, goes into the double team, and misses. Rebounded by Pena. Pena to Aria Espina. Misses. Rebounded by Hanchin. Gets it over to George for 3. No good. Rebounded by George. Gets it to Hanchin. No good. Rebounded by Arias.
3 times a charm.
Arias to Mugen. Mugen for 3. No good.
4 times a charm.
And we got a jump ball, and it's going to be Hunter ball. But wow, 4 straight offensive rebounds, but no points.
No, that wasn't a – I thought they were going to whistle a jump ball. They're going to call it a foul against Jasmine Henshin of the Bulldogs. Yeah.
How? I'll just leave that alone. That's what I'll do.
It was a scrum.
That's what it looked like to me.
It was a scrum along the near sideline. The official said that Henshin was a little too aggressive.
Okay. I'll just have to eat that one.
Look, at the end of the day, it was a good series, but the Bulldogs just couldn't get the
basket.
ball in the basket.
Yeah. Oh, now they're discussing it right now. Because I don't see – they both were diving after the ball on the ground.
The official, Lauren Dudziak, called it a foul, speaking with one of the other officials, and they're going to keep it out of the foul.
Yes, they are. Conway's first shot is good. 2:46 left to go in the third quarter. They got it up to a 6-point lead. And now it's a 7-point lead.
Now the Hawks are taking full control of this. They're taking advantage of some of the missed opportunities for the Bulldogs.
Screening now to Pena. Pena over to George. George has it.
They're going to have to drive into the paint.
And Hanchin, oh, she lost it. And almost taken away. Double team. Now Valentine has it. Going down the right side. Gets it over to Patterson for three. No good. Mugen has it. Gets it over to George. George one-on-one. Puts it up. And, oh, no foul call. Wow.
Oh, Coach Lang wanted a call.
Yeah, Aponte driving. Oh, come on. What is going on here?
It's good basketball. That's what's going on. With 2 minutes and 3 seconds to go, it has just been back and forth for both teams. They're both playing aggressive. A couple of, I would say, questionable calls and non-calls.
Yeah.
But the Hawks have been able to take advantage of the Bulldogs not finishing plays, especially that one series where they had maybe 3 to 4 opportunities to finish and they couldn't get the basket in. And the Hawks are now up by, how much are they up by? Six? By seven, excuse me.
First shot by Pena is good.
Slowly but surely, the Bulldogs are going to try to get back into the game. They had many opportunities to tie it or to take the lead.
And he hits both.
And now Coach Lang for the Bulldogs is going to call a timeout. This is a smart timeout because you could see that the momentum was just, well, not necessarily the momentum, but the play was all over the place.
Yes.
We know that the Hawks have the momentum right now. And this is smart because he needs to calm his team down because, like I keep saying, there were a lot of missed opportunities. The Bulldogs are playing right. They can't seem to finish the play. You had the three-point shot by Taylor George at the top of the key. You had other plays from the sidelines and even driving to the paint. They can't seem to finish it. And that's what they need to really work on if they want to win this game and if they still want to continue to be the favorites to repeat as the CUNYAC champions.
Well, here's the thing, Zach. You're right because they're not finishing, but they're in the right positions. They're getting the right shots. You know what I'm saying? They're still being aggressive. Unfortunately, the home rim is not agreeing with them right now.
Yeah. Now, the one thing that I can honestly say is that fatigue is not an issue. Even though they're playing with a short bench, fatigue is not an issue. Chanel Jamat is still on the bench. We do expect – I fully expect to see her come out with like halfway through the fourth quarter.
Yeah. And now it's Conway on the right wing. Driving on Mugen, puts it up. Oh, she gets the scoop. Good defense by Mugen.
Full court press by the Hawks now.
Good job by Pena. George for three. Boom, it's in. It's now down to a 4-point lead. 1:30 left to go in the quarter.
Now Taylor George putting on the pressure against Valentine.
Gets it to the corner, knocked away, and
still going to be a Hawks ball.
Yes. Nope, they call a foul on Mugen.
Really?
Yes, they did.
No wonder why Mugen was questioning the call.
So it's going to be 23, Conway on the foul line, shooting two as both teams are in the bonus.
And that's Mugen's third foul in this game. And when you have Chanel Jamat sitting on the bench with 4 fouls, minute 24 to go in the third quarter, a lot can happen in the fourth quarter.
And she knocks down 2, so it's back up to a 6-point game. You're going to keep Mugen in the game for these last minute and 20 seconds.
Oh, and you're going to keep her in for the fourth quarter until she can't play anymore.
Yeah. So Pena now gets it to Mugen. Mugen driving, gets it over to George. Another three-pointer. It's good! 42-39.
So I said as soon as either George and or Mugen starts to get momentum with those shots, they're going to open this open this game up, and that's what Taylor George's been doing so far.
Oh, they call another foul. I thought she traveled before she got the bump.
So I keep getting tongue-twisted what I'm trying to say. It's now Taylor George has the momentum. She has those back-to-back three-point shots in. She's going to keep going for more, and she's going to very well take the lead back for the Bulldogs.
Lim got fouled. She missed the first foul shot with 57 seconds left to go in the third. And now
Tyler's back in play, and Music is back in play for the Hawks.
Yeah, two big bodies in for both teams. And 24, Lim is going to take the last foul shot. It's up and no good. Rebounded by Mugen. Mugen has it. Still dribbling down the middle. Gets it over to, they say it went out of bounds. Dag, Mugen's looked at it, pointed to Pena and said, that's my bad, that's my bad. She had her in the wing for another shot for a three-pointer, but just too hard on the pass.
It was still a good play for the Bulldogs.
Yes. So now Hunter has it. So now it's Lim. That's Luang bringing the ball up. Gets it to Conway. And what?
Foul against the Bulldogs.
You know what happened right there? They both ran. She stopped. She stepped on her foot, and she fell down, and they called that a foul. I mean, come on.
That's how they're calling the game.
Yeah. And that is the first point for Aponte in this second half, as it's up to a 4-point lead right now. And now they take everybody off the foul line.
They're not going to play aggressive at the end of this third quarter because they already have the lead.
And she hits a foul shot.
And they trust Jade Aponte. They knew that she was going to make both baskets.
So Pena now has it over to George. 23 seconds and 30 on the shot clock. George dribbling. Gets it to Pena for three! So now it's only 18 seconds now. It's Pena on Luang. Now she's trying to find somebody to pass it to. She gets a pick. Now it's switch. Now it's going down low to Music. She misses. Tyler gets it. She gets it to Espina. Espina, 2-1. Puts it up for three. No good at the buzzer, but a great job by Brooklyn College getting it down to 2.
You know, with the final 10 seconds, what the Hawks should have done was just hold on to the ball and not make a play, because then they, like what just happened, they gave the Bulldogs a chance to either tie it or to take the lead at the end of the third quarter. But lucky break, because they got the ball to Taylor George in time for the shot, could not finish the play. But, you know, the first half of that third quarter was all Bulldogs, and then the Hawks took over. And I'm still amazed as to how tight of a score this is right now, but this has been Hawks. And the fourth quarter, I fully expect the Hawks to just explode on the court and just take the game away for the Bulldogs. Now, what the Bulldogs need to do is they need to maintain their composure. Mugen already has 3 fouls against her, and they don't want to lose her. Jamad has 4 fouls against her. We know she's going to come back out to play at some point in this fourth quarter. And when you have both of those players out, that means they only have one player on the bench that they have to, rely on if they need to bring in another player, either because they foul out or they're just exhausted or they're just making a lot of mistakes. And that will put a lot of strain onto the Bulldogs. And if they really want to take this game away from the Hawks, they're going to have to maintain their composure. They're going to have to play smart basketball. They're going to have to move the ball around a lot and fast. And obviously they have to take the shots, and they need to be able to finish the plays.
Being aggressive, being head smart, being strong, and I got to believe that right now, Jamad's going to stay on the bench until 5 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter. They're going to utilize Tietler. They're going to utilize Espina. And right now, Taylor George has got the hot hand. She's hitting from 3. So you want to ride the hot hand. Mugen's been doing a good job. Hanson's been doing an excellent job defensively, getting rebounds, making people work hard. And Aponte only had 1 point in that third quarter.
But the Hawks start the fourth quarter with the ball.
With the ball and a 2-point lead. So it is Luong who has it. Now she's driving, picks it up, swings it over to Aponte. Aponte puts a shot up. No good. Rebounded by Mugen.
They're going to try. The Hawks are going to try to get the ball to Aponte often, and she's going to be taking a lot of shots in this fourth quarter.
And Pena goes coast to coast. It's tied at 44. And stolen by Pena again. Gets it to George. Step back for 3. It's good. It's good. Brooklyn College has the lead in timeout. Hunter.
It's the first big lead for these Bulldogs in this game, up by 3. Beautiful play by Pena to steal the ball away, to get it to Taylor George. And like I said, in the third quarter, she's getting the momentum, and she's not going to be able to stop it all. So this is huge, huge for the Bulldogs. A couple of lucky breaks, because at the end of the third quarter, it was all Hawks, and now they found a way to silence them. And now what the Hawks need to do is they need to find a way to silence the Bulldogs. And here at the West Quad Gymnasium, home of the Bulldogs, that might be impossible to do.
Might be impossible to do, but here is what you just said. Taylor George is the hot hand. You feed the monster. You get the ball in her hands and let her do what she does, but it's Pena. Pena has excited this crowd, has excited this gymnasium, and has excited me.
And Taylor George leading everybody on the court with 12 points.
So now it is basket into Valentine. Valentine now to Luong. Luong gets it to, sorry, that is Luong. That was Aponte who got it to Luong. Luong now looking for somebody to get the ball to. Now she's spinning around. She still has nobody passing now. Swings over to Aponte. Guarded by Espina. Aponte driving, pulls back. Still being guarded by Espina. And stolen! Stolen by Alexander Mugen! She goes for the layup. It's up, and it's good!
Nice steal by Alexander Mugen going in for the breakaway. That's another statement play for the Bulldogs in this fourth quarter.
And now it's one-on-ones there by George and Luong. Luong swings it over to, that is Conway. Conway holding the ball. She only has 5 seconds. Gets it over to Valentine. Valentine top of the key, driving on George. Puts it up, and good. Nice drive by Valentine.
Hawks are going to stay in this game. You know that the Bulldogs are not going to be able to blow it away unless the Hawks make a lot of mistakes. And now a full timeout called by Coach Lang, because he recognizes what I just said, and he's going to try to get his team to reset and play right.
Listen, that was good defense. Listen, basketball players with skill are going to make plays against good defense. So you got to chalk it up to a good basketball play against good basketball defense. But what he wants to do is he wants to get them to a point where recognizing what they're trying to do. They have effectively taken the 2 sharpshooters out of the game. Aponte and Conway, they're not really being effective. So now what you want to do is they're trying to run that inside weave where they're getting the ball on the wing and they're just rotating people, cutting, trying to find somebody to get loose to get a shot off. So what you want to do is you want to stay high. You want to stay high on the high post and switch off on the people cutting. So this way nobody gets caught off guard and you still have everybody defensed on the court.
Now, for when the Bulldogs hit the court again, I'm curious to see what kind of play they have in store, because Alexandra Mugen is going to be on the bench and Chanel Demott is going to come back into play. So we know that they want to get it to George along the perimeter, but I think they're going to be trying to drive into the paint frequently for the next few plays at least.
Well, I'm going to go on record saying I think Jamont in the game right now, bad decision right here. I think you leave her on the court. You're being good. You have the right momentum. I say you leave her for when the game is really on the line, crunch time, because you know she has the 4 fouls. So listen, he's the coach. He's making decisions. I'm just saying what I think you could do. But, hey, here we go. So it's now Trembone on the ball. She's driving, pulls up, still driving at top of the key. Now drives again, gets it to George. George pulls it back out. Jamont sets the screen. 10 seconds on the shot clock. George drives. Oh, bad pass. Now Jamont got to be smart. And good job as now Luong gets it way over to Conway for 3. No good. Rebounded by Trembone. Good job. Now they got a double team. Picks her head up, and now she kicks it across. Now she tells George to get on the side. Now it's isolated on the left wing. Trombone drives down the middle, gets it to George. She's had the three, pulled it back. Now drives, blocked. Good block by number 10, Arias, with 9 seconds left to go on.
Bulldogs' intention to get it to Taylor George. They were hoping that she would be wide open in the far corner when she got the ball, but she was feeling the pressure, and the only thing that she could do, because she wasn't getting enough help, was to drive into the paint. But good work by the Hawks to silence her.
And Alexander Mugen's back in the game for Espina.
With 9 seconds on the shot clock, they're going to have to make a quick play.
And gets it up to George for three! No good, but off of number 21, Patterson, they say. And it's going to be Brooklyn ball still. They get a fresh 30 seconds because the ball hit the rim. Brooklyn doing a good job on offensive boards. Trombone to inbound. And gets it to Hanchin. Hanchin shoots the shot and knocks it down. 51-46 with 7:25 left to go in the game. Brooklyn up. Hunter now brings the ball up. It's Luong. Luong gets it to Aponte. Aponte guarded by George. She's on the wing. Fakes it out. Now tries to use a screen.
They're going to go around the corner. They're going to go for a three-point shot in this play.
Now Patterson gets it up. Now it's Luong. Luong shoots from the foul line and hits.
But then again, I've been wrong.
7 minutes left to go. Now Trombone gets it to Jamat. Jamat pulls it. Shot. And good. Now we're getting some wheeling and dealing, rolling and strolling going on by Brooklyn. Luong now, who hit the last basket, being guarded by Trombone. Top of the key. Now she's bringing it back to the top of the key. Still keeping the dribble. Now she gets to the Patterson. Patterson, and we got a timeout by coach of Hunter with 12 seconds left to go. And right now, what I'm seeing is deniability by the Brooklyn defense. They're not letting anybody touch that ball other than who has the ball in their hand, and Luong had nobody to pass it to. Coach had to call timeout.
And that's a good plays by the Bulldogs defensively, because they know that offensively the Hawks are lethal, and they're trying to keep them. They're not giving them the opportunities to shoot from three-point range, because we know that that's what they're reaching for, which is why we're seeing them take a few steps into the perimeter, they throw it back out. They're trying to cycle things around because they're trying to get those easy baskets. Even though they're down by 5, they know that they have to get back into this game quickly, and three-point shots would be ideal, but the Bulldogs are really shutting them down, and the Hawks can't get it to the right positions.
And this is, I think that's what that timeout was all about, making sure that his players, Coach Lang's players, knew defensively what they were trying to do and how to defend against it. So 12 seconds left to go on the shot clock, 6:31 left to go in the game as Hunter will inbound the ball. They get it to number 24, Lim, I should say. Lim has it. She's guarded by Pena. Now Long trying to find somebody to pass it to. Finally gets to the Patterson, and it's no good. It's a shot clock violation. So Mugen to inbound it, gets it to Pena. Pena now bringing the ball up, guarded by Luong. Pena now on the left side to Jamat. Jamat at the foul line. Still holding. Waiting.
She's got to get rid of it.
Yes, she does. Now she drives, puts it up, banks it, and gets her own rebound, gets it over to Espina for three, no good, but Espina gets it to Pena. Offensive rebound again. A fresh 30.
Can you say 3 times the charm?
Pena now brings it back out, now directing traffic. Goes on the right side at the wing now. Gets a screen, pulls it back out, wide up at the foul line, puts it up, and misses. But rebounded by Espina, blocked in this. Now Hunter has it. She should have pulled that back out when fresh 30. So now Hunter has the ball. Coach Garrett called the play out. Now Conway has the ball. Gives it to Aponte. Aponte driving on George. Puts it up, and no good. Rebounded by Jamat. Jamat now has it, bringing the ball across the midline. Oh, behind the back dribble. Still going. Pull it back out. And that is going to be Jamat fouling out of the game.
No, that's not going against
no,
Jim.
Is it? Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Oh,
and she's
it is.
done.
Wow.
And right there, you know what? That's a hustle play, and she got the foul because she fell down. But what I think she should have did was after she missed the first shot, she got the offensive rebound, pull it back out, reset, take more time off the clock. But, you know.
It really depends on where you are and where the rest of your
Yeah.
players are. Sometimes it makes sense to go for that quick rebound shot.
Yeah. So Aponte now has it on the right. Down low to Conway. Conway guarded. Into the double team. No good. Rebounded by Mugen. Mugen now has it across. Now to Trembone. Trembone down to George. George back to Trembone. Trembone pulls it out with 19 seconds on the shot clock. Now gets a screen from Hanchin. Now get a screen from Mugen. Trembone has it. Gets it over to Espina for three. Oh, they called the travel before the shot.
Otherwise, it was a good shot.
Perfect shot. It went in.
Bulldogs are still up by 5. There's been no change in the score in the last couple of minutes.
So now it is Long guarded by Trembone. Coach Garrett calls the play. Now she's driving. Puts it up. Good defense by Trembone. Now Aponte tried to put it up. Gets it to Luong. Now she's being guarded by Trembone again. 8 on the shot clock. 3-point shot from deep. No good. Air ball.
And out of bounds.
Turned over. Good job defensively.
The Hawks are starting to lose steam. Bulldogs have matched their pace throughout most of this game, and now the Hawks are struggling to respond.
Trembone has it on the right side. Now pulls it back out. Now going to drive it again. Gets it over. Oh, Hanchin. She gets it back. Regroups. Drives. Puts the hook shot up. No good. Rebound. But it's going, my opinion, it's going to be a jump ball. It's going to stay Brooklyn ball. Possession arrow to Brooklyn.
See, this is an interesting situation because the Bulldogs are up by 5, but there's 3:41 to go in this second half. So you have to wonder, it's like, do you slow the clock down or do you play fast and aggressive and try to get as many baskets as you can?
Now inbound it to Trembone. Trembone drives. Puts it up. No good. I thought she got fouled on the bump before the shot, but nothing was called. Hunter has it. Luong has it now. Top of the key. Now goes on the left side. Now at the top of the wing. Gets it over to for 3, no good. Rebounded by George. That was Conway on the 3, her third shot of the game in the second half. George puts up a blocked, taken by Luong. And now they got the numbers, but Brooklyn gets back on defense. They double team her in the corner. And we got to travel. It's a turnover. Good job.
It's just been back and forth, but they can't finish the plays.
Here comes Tietler in. And she comes in for Trembone. And now Music comes in for Hunter for Valentine. So now Conway goes out. Music is in. So it's Lim, Aponte, Music, Luong, and Patterson for Hunter. Now it's Pena now. Gets a pick from Tietler. Tietler, I should say. She posts up. Gets it to Mugen. Mugen over to Espina. Espina pointing for Mugen. Now Espina driving. Puts it up. And good! The bank shot with the running shot. 2:44 left. Now it's Long at the top. Now she goes to the right. Now she's paused. She's trying to find somebody. Finally gets it to Music. Music dribbles over to Patterson. Patterson now driving. Goes in. It's called.
It's a foul against the Bulldogs. Yep, that's a good call.
Yeah, okay, got it with the body. I saw the hand on the ball. That's only the second foul in the quarter for Brooklyn, but it's a shooting foul, so Patterson's going to go to the line. What Brooklyn doesn't want to do is stop the clock.
No, not at all. They've been doing a great job defensively in the last few minutes.
Patterson misses the first shot.
Jasmine Henshin's back in the game for the Bulldogs, so Alex Mugen is going to take a quick breather.
Quick breather, yes, because she'll be back in soon.
Oh, absolutely.
So Patterson to shoot the second foul shot. and makes the second. Pena has it.
Still a 2-possession game. Hawks can catch up very quickly, but the Bulldogs, they have control. What they really should do is in the next 20 seconds just milk the clock and then take the shot.
Well, there it is. Now Pena gets it. Gets it over to Espina for 3. Bang! It's good! It's up to a 9-point lead with 2 minutes left.
Smart play. You had the wide open shot. Might as well take it if you have the chance. And that's what she did.
And Mugen's coming back on at the foul table. That's on foot. Swinging for 3. It's Aponte for 3. No good. Rebounded by Espina. She's double teamed in the corner and throws it off Hunter's leg. Great job with 1:43 left to go.
Smart play for the Bulldogs, especially by Pena. Oh, excuse me, by Espina.
And now Hunter's going to have to get into I got a foul to stop the clock.
You're right. Bulldogs are up 58-49. They're stealing this game away from the Hawks.
They have 5 fouls to give. They have no fouls.
But first, a timeout is going to be called.
By Hunter.
Yes.
So.
Oh, no, excuse me.
What happened? It was a turnover?
They said it was a 3-second violation against the Bulldogs. How about that?
3 seconds from what? Never mind.
What the play has been
call.
called. It's now
all right.
the Hawks ball.
No problem. 1:33 left to go. Now it's Long driving around. They're trying to get to Aponte. She has it. Now she drives. And now it's a jump ball. And it's going to stay Hunter ball, but good job by Henshin tying Aponte up. That's only who they're looking for now is Aponte.
Yes.
And now Trombone comes in for Pena.
The majority of this game has been Hawks, and now this fourth quarter, it's been all Bulldogs. They're stealing this game away
5 seconds
from the Hawks.
Music gets it. Now a 3-point shot made. No! Rebound is fought on the ground. Gets it up to Aponte. To the corner for Patterson for 3. No good. Rebounded by George. 1 minute left to go. And now they're going to have to start fouling. As Coach Lang says, pull it back, and that's the first foul. That's what they're going to have to do. They got 4 more to give. You might as well use them all.
You're absolutely right. This is what the Hawks have to do at this point. And now a full timeout is being called by Coach Lang of the Bulldogs. So now with 1:02 to go, what the Hawks have to do is to stop the clock as much as possible and keep fouling the Bulldogs. You're absolutely right on that. But what the Bulldogs need to do is they still need to keep moving the ball around so that way they can let the time go to waste.
Yes.
Because at this point, even though it's 58-49, we have seen how the Hawks have played, and they could still make it really close if the Bulldogs aren't playing smart.
This is where you go to the Dean Smith 4 corners. Just get, go. You want to check? Oh, here, go. Slug over there. Oh, come over here.
I've seen that many times with the Lady Bulldogs. I've seen with the men's Bulldogs. They just have to keep moving the ball around like that, but you could get overly aggressive and then turn the ball over to the opponents.
True.
Now, the Bulldogs, they have 3 fouls to give if need be, but they got to use it wisely because, well, Chimad is already fouled out, but Mugen has 3 fouls against her. Espina has 3 fouls against her. So those 2 players have to be careful with 1:02 to go, because if the Bulldogs keep making mistakes, I'm not saying that they have at this point, but if they make mistakes and the Hawks find a way to tie it, who do you got in overtime?
Yeah. Well, not even overtime. You made a good point. You got 3 fouls to give. You get a turnover. Hey, foul. Stop. Let them run time off the clock. Foul. They got to inbound the ball again. And guess what? They've been doing a good job of forcing them with 4 seconds left to go to inbound that ball again. And you never know what's going to happen. But right now.
But do the Bulldogs do that when the Hawks have possession?
Here we go. And now Hunter's going to have to foul. They're trying to double team. Trombone's there. Gets away. Gets it to, the turnover. And now only 50 seconds and let her shoot it. No, you let her shoot. You don't foul.
I'll accept that. I'll accept that. I'm just surprised with the way that the Hawks were triple teaming and quadruple teaming some of the Bulldogs that there was no foul call on the play.
See, at that, once a triple team come, I'm holding on the ball. I'm moving side to side and making them have to reach in and foul me instead of keep dribbling. Foul shot's good by Aponte. 8-point lead with 49 seconds left. Hunter just has it. They have to foul. They have to. I mean, you're going to try to get a turnover every time while the clock's running?
Well, we shall see.
All right. And Coach Lang calls a timeout.
We're going to see this a lot. Just after every play, both coaches are going to use whatever timeouts they have left to try to control this game. So, we always see this in college basketball, even though it says that there's a minute to go in play. It usually takes about like 5, 10, maybe like 2 days to finish.
But let's talk strategy, Zach. Right now, you have a 7-point lead, 49 seconds left to go in the game. You have possession of the ball. Once you inbound the ball, let's say you inbound the ball, do you keep dribbling around or do you pass once and force them to come and foul you?
See, the problem is the Hawks they're gonna be playing like Hawks. They're gonna be jumping on you. So the Bulldogs, they have to keep moving the ball around. You don't want to take the shot yet. You just want to keep eating time off until the Hawks foul you, because they do have plenty of fouls to give. But if you have the ball and you're in the paint, the best thing to do is just shoot it. Okay. Because chances are the Hawks playing aggressive, they're going to try to foul you. And in that case, it's in the act of shooting, and they still have plenty of fouls to give. Then what the Bulldogs are going to do is they're going to go up to the charity stripe and hopefully sink some two shots in.
Right.
And that is where the Bulldogs could have control. But the Hawks are going to try to push the Bulldogs well out of the perimeter, and they're going to force them to throw the ball cross-court to the point where they might turn it over.
Right. So Mugen's going to inbound the ball. You got Mugen, Pena, George, Hanchin, and Espina. So Mugen now to inbound. And Pena's open. Now they get across. Oh, no!
Oh, they should have got it to Pena.
But George has it. And now she had the foul.
All right, so that was a lucky break, because what they should have done was throwing it backcourt to Pena and reset. And instead, she threw it cross-court, almost got intercepted by the Hawks player.
Yes. Very dangerous pass there. So now Mugen to inbound again. Gets it to George. George rolling around, and there's the foul. There you go. That's the third foul.
Yep, see?
So now they have 2 fouls to give. 43.1 seconds left to go. Mugen to inbound again. Pena has it, backcourt.
That's what she should have done the last time.
And now they foul her. She tried to get the pass off, but now 40.5 seconds. Now they have 1 foul to give, and then Brooklyn will go on the foul line.
But that's 2 fouls in 9 seconds. That's not good for the Bulldogs if they want to waste time.
And now Pena has it, dribbling. Oh, wow. Well, Pena's like, hey, you just punched me in the face.
Now another second and a half comes off the clock.
And now Pena's going to go to the line to shoot 2. She sinks 2. It's a 3-possession game because it's a 9-point lead. They're going to have to hit 3 3-pointers.
At which point you don't foul.
Right, you don't foul. She makes the first one.
Good. That's what the Bulldogs want.
See, it's the second one, 9-point lead. And now you just play soft defense.
See, they're not putting on the full court press.
Yep, that's it. 30 seconds left to go in the game. And now she puts it up. No good. Rebounded by Brooklyn, and that should do it, ladies and gentlemen, with 22.5 seconds left. And going to the foul line will be Hanchin. And Brooklyn College will stay undefeated in CUNYAC play. They go to 2-0. Hunter will fall to 3-1.
So I need to figure out what was the turning point in this game, because I feel that there were 2 turning points. The first and the third quarter were all Hawks. But the second quarter, certainly the Bulldogs were able to get some momentum and catch up. But the fourth quarter, it has all been Bulldogs.
Hanchin hits the first one.
Bulldogs now with their biggest lead of the game, up by 10, and now up by 11.
Yep. And there it is. They're going to inbound the ball. 20 seconds left. Just let her shoot. Don't even have to play hard defense. And she traveled in 16.4 seconds. It's academic right now as Brooklyn will inbound the ball. And it's a foul, so going to the foul line again will be Brooklyn. And it will be who shooting the foul shots?
Nobody. The play is going on.
The play's going. Okay. So Hunter's just going to let him run the clock out. 8-7-6. So as I said, the final score is going to be 62-51, and Brooklyn College will stay undefeated in the CUNYAC. They're 2-0. Hunter falls to 3-1. And what a great game this was as Brooklyn College fought their way back and finally come away with a well-deserved win. So Brooklyn College has defeated the Hunter Hawks.
This is definitely one of those games that Coach Lang is going to sit his team down and watch the videotape to say this is a lot that you did incorrectly, and you got to change it, because the rest of the CUNYAC play is not going to be easy for them. They're going to have a lot of tough competition. Not to mention they have to go to Hunter College at the end of January to face off against the Hawks again. And the Hawks are a very strong team. And truth be told, even though a lot of the momentum was for the Bulldogs in the second quarter, first three quarters was all Hawks, hands down, and they somehow were able to steal this game away from the Hawks. So the Bulldogs did everything right in that fourth quarter in order to win this game and to improve to 2-0.
Well, it basically started with about 3:40 left to go in the third quarter, where Brooklyn College locked down on Hunter's offense, forced them to shoot bad shots, a couple of shot clock violations, and then what happened was Hanchin took over down low. George got hot. Pena with a great, fantastic play, going coast to coast and then stealing the ball, setting up George for another big three. And then from then on, it was just all in by everybody on the court. Did Jamot foul out? Yes, she did. But the bottom line was, when one goes down, everybody else picks you up, and that's exactly what her teammates did. They picked up Jamot. They said, we're not going to let you feel down about this. We're going to come back. We're going to take this game, and that's exactly what Coach Lang wanted to do. And I think it was attributed to that timeout that he took right before the end of the third quarter, and he said, listen, we got to lock down defensively, and the offense will come. And
they did a great job shutting down the two top scorers for the Hawks, and that is Jane Aponte and Janine Conway, because they were just like non-existent on the court at all. I mean, you still had a lot of contributions from other players on the Hawks, but it was just those two that the Bulldogs were worried about to start the game, and they did a great job of shutting them down.
Listen, it's like back in the Jordan days. Like, listen, Jordan's going to get his points. Don't let anybody else beat you. This was a reverse. Don't let them beat you. Let somebody else beat us. So they did an excellent job. I don't know what the final points are. We haven't got the stats yet, but I don't think they scored a whole lot of points in the second half, Conway and well,
what do you have as far as stats go? Let's take a look. So we know that for the Bulldogs, or Jasmine Hengen led everybody on the court with 13 points, followed by Taylor George with 4 points, because she went 4 for 10 in three-point range. And then Jade Aponte, 11 points for the Hawks. It was just like a really strong game for the Bulldogs, able to shut both Aponte and Conway down. Conway only finished the night with 9 points. But if you look at the rebounds, it was 50-36 in favor of the Bulldogs, 23 offensive rebounds to Hunter's 15, and that is what made the difference in this game.
That they made a collective effort to shut down their offense, and on our offense, we're going to get the rebounds. And we're going to have the players of the game. We got Taylor George first. How you doing, Taylor?
I'm good. How are you?
Pat Brown here. Listen, first of all, Hartford's first half. You guys battled back in the third quarter. Tell me how it felt to knock down those big three-pointers.
I think that it was definitely an energy booster for the team that we needed. We needed some confidence, and we needed to really get going as a team in the second half, so it felt really good.
How did you guys shut down their two high scorers in Conway and Aponte?
Honestly, we focus on defense a lot in practices, and we know that defense wins games, so we knew that we needed to just play our hearts out, and we knew that those were the two best scorers, so we just really needed to close out hard, and we knew that we had our teammates in the paint to help us out.
Defending CUNYAC champions, how big is this sending a message for the rest of the season?
I think it definitely gives us confidence going forward. We played a hard-fought schedule in the first half. In the first half of the season, we came out with a losing record. So I think that for conference play, this really gives us confidence going forward.
Well, thank you, and good luck for the rest of the season.
Thank you.
And we're going to have Miss Michelle Pena come in How you doing, Michelle?
Hello.
Pat Brown. Your play energized this whole gym. It energized me doing the broadcast, my partner, Zach. Coast to coast, you go, and then you get the steal. You get it to Taylor George. She knocks down the big three. I think that was a big turning point in this game. How'd that feel?
It felt so good because coming from a really big tournament that we played this weekend, having our ups and our downs, and then not playing our best game the first 3 quarters, and then just having that one play, that one shot, that one spark that just energized us, and I think that really gave us the confidence that we were lacking throughout most of the game.
Short bench, a lot of people playing more minutes than they usually play. You guys picked up your team leader in Jamaat. She fouled out, unfortunately. How was it on the bench when she fouled out? What did you guys say to her to pick her up and let her know that you guys got this?
That it's just a game, and to just have faith in everyone else. Just like when we're not in with her, everyone's cheering her on. It wasn't really a game where pretty much just no matter if it's not your game or not, you have to energize everybody else. 'Cause at the end of the day, we are Brooklyn College. It's not just one person. And although she had her hopes down, she put her emotions aside, and she really was a team player for all of us. And she was just supporting us, and she was just giving us the energy.
Well, thank you, Michelle, and good luck for the rest of the season. Hope we're going to get Coach Lang in here for a brief moment. Coach. Happy New Year, Coach.
Happy New Year. How's everything?
Coming from California, you go 1-1. You win a hard-fought battle against Whittier, and then you go against Chapman. You had a chance to win that game, but coming here, you know it's conference play. What did you emphasize on your team coming back from California and the importance of taking this first game?
Yeah, you know, we have a good core group that knows how to win games. We didn't play our best tonight by any stretch, but we've played a tough schedule so far this year, non-conference, to prepare us for these kind of games.
Right.
You know, we're battle tested. We haven't had a great record so far this year. We were 4-5 coming in, but I don't look at it as a negative because we've played such tough teams that, you know, I feel like the experience of being in those battles with those physical, you know, athletic type teams really help you prepare for some of the teams in the league. And, you know, I think tonight we weren't at our best, but we found a way to win, so which is I'm very proud of. So.
You usually have a deep bench. Tonight you were kind of short-handed. How did that change your coaching philosophy, if it changed at all?
Yeah, it definitely changes some of what we wanted to do. We might have pressed a little bit more, and, you know, we had foul trouble early too, which hurts us. You know, for some reason, every home game we've played this year, we have foul trouble. I don't know if the girls are nervous playing in front of their home crowd. I don't know if you know, the officiating is just different. For whatever reason, we've had foul trouble every home game, and it's hurt us. We've got to get out of it. Some of it is, you know, refs calling a tight game. Some of us is we're being sloppy with our movements and that sort of thing. We've got to be better. So it definitely changes your philosophy somewhat, but we're still the same team. We still want to play the same way.
All right, and you want to defend your championship, most definitely.
Definitely.
So hard-fought team against Hunter.
Yep.
Defensively, how did you scheme? You called the timeout with like maybe 2 minutes left to go in the third quarter. After you scored a basket, what did you tell them about? What did you talk about defense? What did you say to them?
We stepped up our pressure a little bit, not a ton. We didn't go to a full court press, but we told our guards to pick them up a little bit, and we switched Taylor from the guarding Aponte to guarding the point guard to try to give him a different look because Taylor really gets after it. So we tried to force them to up the speed a little bit, try to get the game. You know, we were having a hard time scoring in half court, so we wanted to up the tempo a little bit. We didn't make a major change, but we just got after him a little bit harder.
Well, Coach, congratulations. You're undefeated so far.
Thank you.
And you got another big game coming up in 2 days. So thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
And Happy New Year to you again.
Thank you, too. Happy New Year.
All right. Bring my partner, Zach, back in here.
Who was that bearded man? I think that was my twin.
So, Zach, great win for Brooklyn College, most definitely.
No, absolutely. I mean, I know Coach Lang very well. I've been following him coaching the Bulldogs since 2011-2012 season when we started the broadcast way back when.
As you're a founding father of,
yes, I am one of the founding fathers of this current broadcast team, and it's certainly grown. But I digress. Even though the Bulldogs will blow out the competition or they'll win close games or anything like that, he's never satisfied unless his team is able to play a complete game. And this was definitely not one of those games. No. It was a great win for them.
Yes.
But it was certainly not one of those games that he was happy with. And when you go into other opponents like the College of Staten Island, which is always a very strong team to play against, the Lehman College Lightning, which is another strong team to play against, and they have to face the Hunter College Hawks again, if you want to be if you want to defend the CUNYAC championship, you have to play a complete 40-minute game, and we fully expect to see this team turn it around in the next coming weeks.
That's true. You always want to play a 40-minute game. Sometimes, or I say about 60% of the time, you're not going to get 40. You're not going to get 40 minutes of the game. But when it comes to crunch time, when it comes to when the game is on the line, that's when you want your big players to step up, and that's exactly what they did tonight. Big players stepped up. George, Pena, Mugen, they all stepped up, played an integral part of why they came away with this win.
Yeah, and that's what the Bulldogs are certainly going to be riding with going into their next competition.
So the men's game against Hunter is going to be taking place real shortly. Both teams are on the court, but this has been the women's basketball game where they finished 62-51, 11-point win. They're 2-0, undefeated in the conference play. The next game, it'll be my partner Zach bringing the play-by-play. I'll be doing commentary. So stay tuned. This is Brooklyn College Bulldog basketball on YouTube. Saying good night, but next game's coming up in a few minutes. One down, one to go.
Now the real one begins.
Yep. Talk to me about how you want me to roll with you during commentary since this is my first time working with you.
You'll definitely get a lot of opportunities to talk after a play. When you see the ball go across, if it's a slow